Napakadami pong hindi magagandang nangyayari sa ating lipunan sa ngayon at hindi talaga pong maiwasang malungkot, magalit, mapanghinaan ng loob.
Pero hindi dapat yon maging dahilan para tayo ay sumuko at hindi lumaban.
Kaya naman po ngayong umaga, pag-uusapan po natin kung ano ang dapat nating gawin para po yung mga problema na ating kinakaharap sa ating paligid ay malagpasan po natin.
Yan po ay sa pamamagitan ng pagkakaroon ng optimistic attitude o yung pagiging hopeful na balang araw ay magiging okay na rin ang lahat. Labanan po ang lahat ng negativity by thinking positive. Yan po ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong umaga sa Share KU kasama ang ating bisitang life coach na si Coach Tony. Good morning!
Good morning!
Good morning! Yes, good morning! Good morning! And thank you for having me again. Yeah.
Oo.
Thank you.
Ito ba, Coach Tony, pwede nating gamitin sa mga panahong ngayon, itong optimism?
Grabe, sobrang timely talaga nung pag-uusapan natin. And of course, magagamit natin. Not only for this time, but in everyday lives. And sa lahat ng ginagawa natin. So,
Oo. Para malaman, para maintindihan ng kada natin even better kung ano yung tinatawag na optimism. Paki-describe nga sa kanila ito.
yeah, para sa mga kada natin.
Hindi namang delulu ito.
Hindi.
Hindi papunta sa delulo.
Hindi ako delulo. So, ang optimism ay isang mindset, no? Isang mindset na patuloy natin ginagawa. Yun yung mga keyword, mindset at patuloy. Ibig sabihin, continuous practice and with consistency. So, na kung saan, pag nakita natin problema, nakikitaan natin ito ng solusyon. Nakikitaan natin na meron pa rin pag-asa.
Yes.
Yun yung optimism na sinasabi.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, there's
parang
still
ganon.
like that. Yes.
Pero kapag napapaligiran ka talaga ng negativity, paano mo gagawing maging optimistic pa nun?
Oo. At saka parang kapag people, ito kasi yung sinasabi nila, when they look back, tapos nakikita nila, in the past, nangyari na to, wala namang magandang kinahinatnan. Yun yung nagbibigay sa kanila ng feeling of hopelessness. Para bang, ay, alam na namin yan. Walang patutunguhan niya na maganda. How do we keep that optimism going if they have this proof na in the past,
Or the stigma.
wala naman nangyari?
This situation,
Yeah, so it's normal to feel that and it's valid na of course may reference yung mga tao na
correct.
parang natuto na sila eh. Parang ba't nangyari? But still going back to your core on how you of course look at that problem as an opportunity to solve it. No, it's giving putting it back to your core kung paano mo siya i-solve. So, lahat, we cannot control. There are two things naman in life that that we can control and na hindi, yung hindi. So,
Yung mga pangyayari, hindi natin makontrol.
Pero yung sarili natin,
Yung
we
attitude
can.
natin
Yes.
towards
we respond to it.
Oo,
Correct.
Is
And-
something we can control.
Yes, correct, SP.
Oo. Kasi parang dito sa mga nangyayari sa mga nababalitaan natin ngayon, kung saan na-uncover yung mga corruption na nangyayari sa ating lipunan, we can look at it in a way na parang, nangyari na yun before, hindi naman nabilanggo yung mga malalaking tao behind it. We can actually look at it how? Using optimism.
Well, for example, as an opportunity, no? Opportunity na to na nakikita natin as mas natututo tayo. So that's number one. We learn from it. Second, what's next? So siguro in the next election and how we select our leaders, no? How we select our leaders, and of course, third is how be critical in terms of funding projects, no, and looking for kung sino yung magiging partner, etc.
So para bang, it made us wiser, no? Kasi it uncovered the scheme na
Yes,
systematic
yes.
pala tong nangyayaring ito.
At matagal na pala.
matagal na pala.
And it woke up the entire country.
Yes. So ngayon, mas vigilant tayo, mas mapagmatsyag, and hopefully sa susunod na eleksyon, kapag meron nagbigay sa atin ng pera para iboto sila,
Oo.
kailangan
Isipin mo muna yan.
isipin mo muna what kind of person
Correct.
will give you money to vote for them.
Tama.
Probably not a very principled person. di ba?
Yes, like for example, what happened during pandemic.
Yes.
No, iba yung thinking natin, of course, iba yung maraming nangyari during that time, but it transformed to an opportunity. Maraming
Correct.
nag-boom na
Actually,
opportunities, no, maraming naging creative na Pinoy.
Natuto rin tayo
Natuto din.
maghugas ng kamay.
Maghugas ng kamay. Mas maging conscious. So, yeah, that actually, it all boils down to optimism.
Well, let's
So,
be optimistic about one thing. Sa nangyayari ngayon that everybody woke up, the youth is getting involved. They are getting involved now.
Active.
Correct.
And active, which before,
Tama.
what the else,
Oo,
diba?
hindi na
Parang
hindi
it
sila
was,
nagsasalita. No?
Or parang it was all about parang their own selves, di ba?
Yes.
Maybe their following or their
Yes.
social media presence.
Ngayon, iba
Yes.
yung activeness nila. No? Pero ito, Coach, may tanong ako, bawat generation ba ng tao may kanya-kanyang level ng optimism?
So, well, of course, darating din yun sa experience. No, of course, the more, of course, the older you are,
the wiser.
syempre, the wiser, of course, see as well. Pero, of course, meron din namang mga tinitignan na kahit hindi naman sa edad it's more on the experience.
Yeah.
So, go with the experience. And dun papasok
Sa akin
yung,
talaga siya nagpo-point kasi totoo naman eh. Sa experience
Sa tingin
eh.
mo
Oh,
ngayon,
yes.
Coach, sa panahon natin ngayon, mas marami na bang optimistic na tao unlike before? Or mas marami before kesa ngayon?
I think it's evolving. So I think yes. Mas marami na ngayon, mas marami ng mulat, mas marami ng aware about it, and mas maraming optimistic that we can solve this. May mga nagsasabi kung paano to solve, and that's the beauty about it. Mas nakikita natin, mas nagiging aware tayo. Pag nakikita kasi natin yung isang bagay, mas madali natin makuha at mas madali natin ma-solve.
Bakit napaka-importante, Coach, na maging optimistic tayo for our own wellness?
Okay. Yes, of course. Sobrang halaga. So, number one, physically, of course, it reduces yung ating, in terms of our heart, to avoid heart diseases or attacks. So, it also add value sa ating immune system. Second, mentally. So, mas nakaka-recover tayo ng mas mabilis sa stress, sa anxiety,
Ay,
sa
totoo
depression.
yun. Oo, pag may sakit ka. And, oo, totoo
Okay,
yun.
gagaling
Yeah.
ako, ganyan. So, it adds more, mas napapabilis. Third,
Go ahead.
third
Coach.
is relationship. Mas nakakadagdag ka ng positive energy at yung relationship mo mas lumalalim. And it also good sa katawan natin.
May tanong lang ako. If you're optimistic, hindi ka na pwede magalit.
No. Of course, meron naman. May mga, of course, may
Tao
mga
ka pa
panahon.
rin!
Tao ka pa din. And that's okay.
Kasi baka sabihin nila, kailangan ba maging manhid tayo? Kasi dito sa mga nababalitaan natin, I need to be optimistic, dapat hindi ako magalit. Ganun ba yun?
Ang tawag doon is realistic optimism. So, kung saan, nandiyan yung realidad, mulat tayo. And we're not, optimism kasi it's not about ignoring the problems. It's about shifting the focus. No? So, andyan siya, anong gagawin natin?
I love that.
Anong
Ignoring,
gagawin
not
natin
ignoring. Shifting
doon
the
sa problema? Hindi yung parang, wala na to. Wala, paulit-ulit naman eh. Pero laging na, ang shift nun is, ano yung pwede kong gawin?
Yun.
So,
That's
parang
when
siyang
you're being optimistic. When
Yes.
you're results-oriented.
Yes,
Hindi yung parang, wala na itong
na.
patutunguhan.
Wala na, yes.
Para siya you can react, but you can also act. on
Yes,
it.
yes.
Tama. Pero at the same time, there's also this thing called toxic positivity.
Yeah.
Ano naman yung difference nun?
Well,
Bakit paano naging toxic ang pagiging positive?
Yeah. For that, of course, nagiging toxic positivity lang siya pag sobrang blindsided na. Yes, correct. Yun yung sinabi.
Doon na nandun sa
Doon na eh.
border na nandun.
Correct.
Dulo
Na
na
parang,
lang na, correct.
hindi mo na nakikita yung realidad. No, lagi ka na lang na okay lang yan. That's the problem sa toxic positivity. So, you need to balance both reality and also the solution.
Alam mo, I felt that way one of these days kasi for 1 week, they were changing the elevator of my building to a new elevator. So, I had to go up.
Nag-stairs ka?
So, nag-stairs ako. Ito yung kwento ko. So, nag-stairs ako. It's going to be like 12 floors going up because we have sub-floors, okay? So, ngayon, siyempre yung mga ibang tao, super reklamo, ganyan, pag-akyat ko, pagod na kami, ganyan. So, we were talking amongst me, my staff, and then my partner. And then I think that I felt that my partner felt that I was being toxic positive. You know what I mean? Because I was like, at least makapag-workout na rin tayo. Kasi di ba dapat maglakad naman talaga tayo. Eh, di mo naiisip yung mga matatanda na hindi kaya grabe naman, I'm just trying to find the positive in what's happening. So sabi ko, am I being toxic positive here?
Or just trying to find the silver lining.
Right?
So, paano yun,
Oo, how
Coach?
do I find the...
It's really more on perspective naman.
Ayun,
Perspective naman yun, hindi siya toxic positivity na tinatawag. You're looking at it in another perspective.
Correct.
Like,
What can I find here na
from
magiging
negative
okay?
to positive. So parang pag sinasabi nila, hindi ka magaling, ganito ka, ganyan. Sabihin natin, hindi ka magaling kumanta. Pero
Ba't ka naman nakatingin sa akin, Coach?
Hindi po. Parang,
Gumaling na.
Oo, yan. Now, sabihin na hindi ka magaling, pero gagawin, shift mo siya cognitive shift or narrative shift. Okay, now hindi ako magaling, pero I'm learning. So, tiyan mo yung shift from negative, nagiging positive siya. Ngayon kasi, I'm learning may learning stage. So, yun, babalikan ko yung sharing. It's really, nakita mo yung ibang perspective on that.
Paano kapag ganun, Coach? Ikaw, you're trying to be optimistic, you're trying to be positive, but there are people around,
I
lalo
love
na yung
that
malalapit
question.
sa'yo, parang natatapunan ka ng negative.
Oo.
Anong gagawin mo? Parang sasagutin mo ba sila
Mga
ulit
Debbie
ng
Downer.
positive? Baka paano yung ganun?
Yeah, I like that term. So,
Break muna tayo.
Parang, wait ha, kasi hindi ka na babalik.
kaya it's really important to create a positive environment when it comes to
Iba-block muna
optimism.
natin sila.
Oo.
Of course, setting boundaries, it's a healthy relationship. So, it's also for you and for the person. If that's something that you want to do, but hindi naman siya applicable sa lahat.
Oo, depende.
It depende sa ano mo sa take mo, sa personality, sa values mo if you want to do that. You can also do other shift from or you can minimize the intake of it. Like for example, the social media, yung environment. Less intake ng katawan natin. Because our body is our environment itself.
Yes,
So kung
totoo.
ano yung pinapasok mo doon, magiging toxic din yung loob.
Totoo yun.
Do we even try to change their perspective or mas lalo tayong mayayari?
We're
Pabayaan na lang
not
kaya natin.
changing sila for changing
How they see it.
How they see it. No, you have to change within. Because you cannot control yung ibang tao. Only you can control yourself.
I see.
So, eto na ngayon,
Eto
Coach. Paano ba? Ano ba ang mga paraan para masanay tayong lahat, para maging optimistic no matter what happens?
So, of course, mulat naman tayo sa mga nangyayari ngayon. So, I mentioned na rin yung isa. So, really setting the stage. Di ba, pang Miss Grand. Setting the stage for this, making sure that you have a positive environment. So, how do you do that? Number one is really yourself. Less intake of toxics. The information na nababasa mo, nakikita mo, no? And then also, pati rin sa paligid, the people around you. Kasama na dito yung family, friends. What's good, may bago that you can also try. Even yung bahay or yung kwarto mo can help you setting up your being parang yun maging positive
How?
on set. So like using visuals, using your furniture to setting up, no? So nakakaganda
Colors
yes, the
din.
colors. So yun, so it adds up to boost your optimism.
Or
Pero,
positive
Coach-
affirmations. Or
Yes, mga positive affirmations.
But when it comes to the news, should we block ourselves from what's going on in order to
Dami
stay
kasi
optimistic?
pagka-scroll
Ang dami
mo
kasi
yun.
nila.
Around the world.
Of course, maraming
Not
mga
only
tools.
How do we detox from the bad?
To
Kasi
detox.
kailangan, you have to also remain vigilant.
Oh, yes.
Yes, of
Hindi
course.
naman pwedeng, okay, I'm
Dapat
just gonna
aware ka
stay in my
rin.
bubble of optimism. I'm gonna keep myself from all the happenings para ako lang mismo merong bubble of optimism. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng ganun, di ba?
So how do we
Yes.
protect our energy
Yes.
from that?
So
diba?
of course for that, we can use the grow model for coaching, which is the G for the goal, R for goal. What is your goal for this? Looking at the perspective of anong nangyayari ngayon. So first is what's in it for me? Ano ba yung goal nito? Bakit kailangan ako mag-intake? Kailangan kong maging vigilant 24/7. Next is, what's the reality now? Okay, ano nga bang matutulong nito sa hindi lang sa akin, kundi sa community? And then, O is options. What are the options to solve this problem? So, one thing is also, yes, it helped yung distance sa mga ganito.
Screen time
Oo,
lang
yung
siguro.
less screen time. So,
When it gets too much.
too much.
Oo.
Yes, of course, yun mahalaga na meron din tayong space.
Mag-detox din for a while.
Yes, of course. And W is more on the way forward. What are the next steps for that? So, yun. So, pwedeng detoxing talaga is really important. Pero of course, again, there's no one size fits all. No, it's
There's no
always
manual.
it's always you can determine ano yung mas tolerable sa'yo.
Depende lang talaga sa'yo. Pag nafe-feel mo na wait
Too
lang,
much
parang
na.
too much na to.
Oo.
Okay, baba mo na.
Yes, and always
Social media break muna.
and always remind yourself that you also need to be kind to yourself. Kung ano yung ini-intake mo.
Love it!
I love this. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
thanks,
Coach.
Coach Tony.
Thank you,
Ay,
thank you.
nakatulong ito sa mga kada natin na talagang gigil na.
Oo,
Yes,
Na
yes.
bawat araw yata natitrigger ng something sa kanilang mga nababalitaan.
Yes.
At hindi
Oh, I hope
na.
we can remind our Kadas always to remain optimistic, hindi lang ngayon, but lagi, and despite of all that is happening. At hopefully, dito sa Kada Umaga, paalala natin sila araw-araw na ganito dapat ang mindset natin. And the perspective should always be positive.
Yes.
Para yung mga natutunan natin dito mag-last.
Yes.
Right? For a long time. Hopefully
Yes.
hanggang 2028 kung kailan magbobotohan na naman.
Ulit.
Yes.
Alam ko na pag kailangan nyo mag-detox, mga Kada, sa mga news, sa mga bad vibes dyan. Ito
Kada
lang panoorin
umaga
nyo.
muna. Diba?
Lagi ko lang last is lagi lang babalikan that optimistic is a process. No, minsan hindi talaga okay, pero it's a process. Babalik ka lang. Consistency is the key for this.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dami
Thank
namin
you.
natutunan sa iyo. Saan ka naman pwedeng i-follow ng ating mga Kada?
Oh, yes. Same. Sa Facebook and Instagram, Life Coach Tony PH. Yeah, so Life Coach Tony PH. And of
same
course,
space.
if you need private consultations, you can reach out dun sa social media.
Baka bitin pa
channels.
sila eh.
Oo.
Baka they need
Ako
like a
bitin.
one-on-one counseling with Coach Tony, di ba? At least
Thank you.
nasimulan na natin yung yung
May introduction.
yung
May
convo
Yes.
about it. Mga kada, totoo na sobrang nakakapanghina po ang mga nangyayari sa ating kapaligiran ngayon. Pero hindi po dapat yun maging dahilan para tayo po ay sumuko.
Let's think positive at labanan po ang lahat ng negativity around us, 'di ba? Ang makokontrol natin po yung sarili natin. Hindi lang para sa ating sarili kundi para na rin po sa ating mga mahal sa buhay. Idagdag ko lang to ha, yung mga negativity para yung poison and we don't want to put poison dito sa ating inner sanctuary. So protect that inner peace that you have.
Love that.
Let's get together. Sunday 25. Sunday 25.